What's up to my favorite bunch of beauties? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to Monday morning makeup number 30. This video is going to be a collab video actually. I am doing a no buy, as I think I mentioned in my video last week. I am on a 2-month no buy. So for August and September there will be no makeup at all and no skincare at all. Actually, I'll suck that back in. There are a couple of exemptions, and that is the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty and the Sephora VIB sale, which that I think might be in November, but I'm not sure. Anyway, I am doing this no buy with two of my friends here on YouTube, at Dion Loves Makeup and at Loc Maiden, and I have just come to the conclusion that I just have like way too much makeup, and this no buy was definitely needed. So when Loc came to me, well, I think she texted me and she told me that she and Dion were doing a 2-month no buy, and I can't remember if she asked me if I wanted to join or I asked if I could join. I can't remember, but yeah, we all decided to go on this journey of 2 months of no makeup and skincare, at least no makeup and skincare for me. So I just made sure that I was stocked up on the skincare things that I needed. I did my last dance in probably at the end of July and bought whatever I thought I might want before August started. I don't know if that's cheating, but that's what I did. And here we are. Today is the 14th of August. So we are 2 weeks into this. Today's video is going to be a video using my current favorite items. Some of them have been favorites for like a really long time. So I guess that's long time, like what do they call it, holy grail, and currently my favorites. So we are going to get started. I'm going to put Loc Maiden and at Dion Loves Makeup, I said at, and Dion Loves Makeup, I'm going to put their information in my description. If you are not subscribed to them, I want you all to go on over there. I want you to check out their videos where they are using their current faves, and then subscribe if you are not. Two very good channels. Dion has the Crazy Troll Nation, so she calls herself a little bit wacky, so you may enjoy that. Loc Maiden is the complete opposite, where her videos are serene. She has this quiet music. Her voice is really soft and it's soothing. So you get both sides of the coin with their videos. So please go and check them out. So with that being said, we are going to zoom in and we're going to get this video started. Alright, so we are zoomed in, and I have not moisturized my face yet. So I decided that the first thing that I'm going to show you that is a favorite of mine is actually skincare, and it is the Tatcha the water cream. And this one just happens to be one of those bonus size ones with the pretty decorations all over it and everything. But I love this because it can be used for any skin type. And when they say it is a water cream, it definitely absorbs right into your skin. It is not oily at all, but with it absorbing into the skin, it doesn't like dry your skin out and make it feel like it's not moisturized at all. So I'm gonna actually even put some on my eyelids. All right, and that is that. That is the end of the skincare portion of the video. I am going to prime my face And the next item that I'm going to be using is also from Tatcha, and it is the liquid silk canvas. And I always like to prime my face first so I have time for the primer to settle in before I put the foundation on. So after I do the primer, I usually do my brows and eye makeup and then come back to my foundation. But if you have watched me for any amount of time, you know that. So let me just get a drink of water here. We have water today. We do not have tea or anything else because I'm trying to get my water in. Sorry. But that is it. Oh, cup of the day is my tumbler from Coldest. I just actually got this in the mail on Friday. I am like a Stanley cup freak, so I have like a shelf for my Stanley cups. I have a shelf here at the bottom for my Starbucks tumblers. This is the only Coldest one I'm gonna buy. That's it, and that's all. Was not gifted to me. I purchased it myself, but I tested this thing out yesterday to see if it was as good as they said, and I filled it up with ice and water, and I kid you not, more than 24 hours later it still had ice in it. But we're gonna go on to my primer, and I need to grab my primer brush. All right, one of these days I will have everything I need for a video right in front of me. All right, so we are going to do just a couple of pumps of my primer. And I like the Tatcha primer because it has good skincare benefits. Okay, I was trying to see. It has good skincare benefits. I believe some anti-aging benefits. And it absorbs into the skin. It does not have that sort of silicone feel into it, which I don't always like to have. And I'm even going to prime my eyes with it. And it's a little bit on the pricey side, but it is really good and I really like it. Alright, so primer is done, and I'm going to go in with my current favorite brow pencil. And my current favorite brow pencil is whatever brow pencil I'm using at the time. Right now it is the Benefit Goof Proof Brow Pencil, and I have it in the shade 4. And I'm going to go ahead and brush my brows up. And I know I mentioned that I needed to like groom my brows. Believe me when I tell you, I have not done it yet. I'm just going to stick that right there for a moment. I have not done it yet. One of these days I will remember what I said and I'll get it done, but we're going to try our best to go ahead and fill these brows in. I feel like my brows are a little bit thicker than normal because they are growing in and I don't have my normal guideline. And I feel like this one always comes out better than the right eye. But we're not going to fool with these brows too much. They look okay. This one looks like, hold on, we got to fool with them. Hold on. I want them to kind of look like sisters. Gosh, this one looks good. This one looks tragic, but we'll move on. I'm going to kind of brush through these so they are not so stark. And I want to blend these little edges here. Alright, so brows done. The next thing that I want to do is to do my eye primer, and you all know that my favorite eye primer is the MAC Pro Long Wear Paint Pot in Contemplative State, and that looks like this. And we do have a bit of a dip in it. I need to wash this brush. It has a good amount of this paint pot on it, so it's getting a little bit hard to use, but that is done. All right, so I am going to move on to my, I feel like, do I need to zoom in just a bit more? Okay. I am going to jump into my eyeshadow palette, and one of my current favorite brands is Odin's Eye, and I did a video with the partner that came with this palette, so I wanted to use this one, and this one is the Jewels and Gem palette by Odin's Eye. I think I used a Rockin' Stone, I think it's called. I used that one, but I think that Odin's Eye has some of the best eyeshadow formulas. So that is why I love them. They are consistent with it, and their color stories are usually pretty unique. That is why I like their products. Of course, going back, I like this one because, and I forgot to say, it is close to my skin tone. It does a good job of blanking out the darkness on my eyelids, and I think I've mentioned that before. So that one is a staple for me. And we are going to jump in with a fluffy brush here, and it'll be one of my Sydney Grace brushes, and I am going to go in with the shade, I think, Elation. I kind of know where I want to go, but not really. I see so many options here, so maybe not. Maybe I won't be doing, what did I do last week? Was it green? What did I do last week? No, I used the Mothership 11 last week. So gosh, I want to use Intoxication. I want to use, okay, so what we are going to do, we are going to use the shade Elation. This one is going to be off the cuff for sure, but I'm going to put Elation into the crease. And this color almost reminds me of that shade I used on my live last Thursday. A little bit more pigmented though. So we'll see what we end up with, because there's this, like, I'm looking at this shade Gorgeousness. I want to use this. I want to use this purple. And I think I'm just going to go ahead and use them. But we are going to put this in the crease. No skipping at all with this one. Blending out very well. so that is in place. I'll take this little round brush here. Actually, let me use this brush. This is the Builder Pro from Sonia G. And I'm going to go into the shade Intoxication, which is this deep, dark, sort of plummy purple. And I'm going to put that like on the outer V. And purples are notoriously hard to work with, but so far so good with this one. I feel like I don't want to, we'll see, give me a second. I'm kind of thinking through this as I am doing it. I say this all the time, but this eye always is better to me than this one. All right, so we're gonna hold off. Let me put this brush right here on that purple for a moment. And I am gonna go, I think I'm gonna use this shade Transition. This is like completely different than anything I do, but I'm gonna take like this little sort of, I'll say that one. This one is a little bit bigger. Maybe I need the smaller one. And I'm gonna go sort of here. Let's see what happens. I don't want to erase my purple. I might have to go back over it. This thing has a good bit of kick up in the pan, but I don't see any fallout here so far. Okay, so let's go back just a bit back into that purple because I feel like I lost it like at the lash line. So we'll just go back here and up there just a bit. Alright, you are all gonna see me going back and forth. So I'm gonna grab this brush again. I'm just gonna not put anything on it, but just kind of blend a little bit. Alright, so we are gonna leave well enough alone there. Now I think I'm going to go into the shade Paradise, which is this shade right here, and put that like on the center part of my lid, and we'll use the Worker Pro from Sonia G. And we'll just put that here. I can feel like the little glitters falling down on my face from this one. And the glitter is getting all over the place. I'm going to put that down now. I am going to go into the shade Gorgeousness, and that'll go on the inner third, and Builder Pro. This one looks more glittery than that other one in the pan, or just about the same, but this one does not have the same amount of fallout as that other one. Alright, so I'm going to take my crease brush again, and I'm just going to kind of blend in the crease. Just sort of blend up here a bit. Alright, so we are going to step away from the eyes for a moment. I'll sit that right there. I need a wipe, even though I put mine, well, actually let me use a brush. And this one is a little dirty, but I need to get, if I can, the glitter off of my face. No, we need to use a wipe, and I won't go all over. It's like mostly like immediately up under the eye, like right here. The rest of it, I don't want to take my primer off, so I'll just leave it, but I do have like glitter all down here. Okay, so since I've just kind of removed primer from right there, this is another favorite for me from Tatcha, and you've seen me use it for it. It's a serum stick, and I usually just put it right up under here so my eyes don't feel as dry. And that one is like a good base for me for my concealer. But we are going to go in first with foundation, and one of my current favorite foundations is the RMS Beauty Uncover Up Cream Foundation, and it looks like that. And this one is in the shade, is that 66? I think it's 66. I normally have, and I don't know what I did with it, so I won't have to stick my fingers in here. I normally have like a spatula. I think I have a disposable one. Alright, I am back. I do have a little disposable spatula. This one did come up with a really nice spatula, so I hope I am able to find it. But so we are just going to take a little bit out of here, put it on the back of my hand, and zoom out. Why do I feel closer? And what I do like about this is that I think it's a clean beauty brand, so you know, you feel a little bit better about what you're putting on your face. The smell is not the best, I will say that, but it has a decent amount of coverage, And we'll pop that in the trash. And it's a decent shade match. So, oh. I just made a mess. Cut that part out. All right. So, I am going to use another favorite, and this is a favorite tool. I haven't used it in a long time because I've just kind of been using my brushes. And this is the Sonia Kashuk. I think it's like a face and body sponge. So it's really humongous. I did wet it, but have my fan on, so it's drying out a little bit. But since this is a thicker foundation, I thought I would go ahead and use this sponge. And as you can see, we are for the most part not rubbing. I am trying to pat it in. It may require a little bit of a rub because it is a thicker foundation. If I can get kind of close to my eyes, and we'll just do like the tap rub on my forehead. Alright, so that is pretty good. And I am somebody who likes to, and I know people do it differently, but I like to do my foundation first before my concealer, because then you can see what coverage you have going on with your foundation, and you may not need to use as much concealer. But I'm going to go ahead and go in with my concealer, and this is the Sephora Best Skin Ever Full Coverage Multi-Use Concealer. And this is in the shade 35N. So I can see that I just need to put a little here. I am going to put a little bit here. And I feel like I'm a little dark, like right there, so we'll put some right there. I am going to use that same sponge. We'll kind of flip it over and pat in the concealer. And I have found that this concealer pretty much rivals the high-end concealers, but does not cost as much. Always a plus. And I really like it. The coverage is really good. So we are tapping in with the concealer. And the point on this brush makes it, this sponge makes it easy to get like right here in these corners. You gotta rub a little bit, but okay. Alright, so that part is done, and I'm gonna go ahead and set my face because I think all the rest of my products are powder products. And I am going to use the RMS Beauty Uncover Up. No, it's not the Uncover Up. The Tinted Unpowder is what they call it. And it looks like this. This is in the shade 2 to 3. And it does have a sponge, but of course I mean, like a poof, but I don't use those for my powder. So we're just gonna tap some in to the lid, and I'm gonna grab this powder brush from, actually this says it's a bronzer brush. Well, we're gonna use this as a powder brush today because it's humongous. And look at this. Tap this on. I like that this does not really add any, let me tap a little bit more for my forehead. It doesn't really add any color, but it sort of brings like that shine down from your foundation and concealer. Alright, so that part is done. Alright, so I'm going to go into my bronzer, and one of my current favorite bronzers is from Kosas. It is the Sun Show bronzer in the shade Paradise. This thing is taking its time. And it looks like this. And it has a little bit of a glimmer to it. And I'm going to use this mini base from Sonia G to apply the bronzer, so I can put it exactly where I want it. And then she proceeded to overdo it on this side. That's fine. We shall take this brush here and calm that down a bit. There's always, like, this side is perfect. Like, what is going on? Why are we crazy over here? Alright, then we'll just kind of go around the hairline. And then just a little bit down here. Okay. Alright, so bronzer is done. Now I want to do my blush. So I'm going to take this little baby brush right here from Sonia G. And they call this the detail brush, but because it has this little angle and it looks like a blush brush to me, I am going to use it as a blush brush. And I'm going to be using the Glowish Cheeky Vegan Blush in the shade Berry Juicy. And it looks like this. And we will start in the back. And this is a really pretty blush, and it has a little bit of a, just the slightest bit of a shimmer to it. Really pretty. Okay. I'm trying to blend these two together, but for whatever reason, I still have that obvious line. Let's do this real quick. See if we can kind of get rid of this bronzer. You know, it might not be necessarily the bronzer 100%, even though I did kind of overdo it. Alright, so we are going to end this with a highlighter, and this is one of my sort of long-time favorite highlighters, and it is from MAC. It is the Mineralized Skin Finish in the shade Global Glow. And we'll open that up. And I am going to take this highlighter brush from Sephora. Hold on, my son is calling me. Alright, so I have the highlighter blush from Sephora, and we are going to hit the tops of my cheeks here. I am gonna put some here. We'll put a little bit there, a little bit there. Alright, and mineralized skin finishes have been a favorite of mine for a long time because they kind of look like they kind of melt into the skin, so it gives you sort of like a more natural glow instead of having the beams of light all over your face, which I am not a fan of. And the last thing that we are going to do is put a lip color on. And of course, my last two products also are from MAC. And favorite of all time lip pencil, they better not ever discontinue it, is Chestnut from MAC. And I like all formulas of the MAC lipstick, but this one just happens to be one of their matte lipsticks in the shade Soar. So I am just going to line my lips here. Let's see if we can make it through this one without going outside of my lip line. I think we did it. Alright, and this is what Soar looks like. So I thought that would be a nice color for the eye look. And I do have a sort of, I have, what is this? I got this in a BoxyCharm a while back. A lip oil from Cab, whatever, these Kim Zolciak people. It just sits right there. So I have that on my lips. So this is not going to look as matte as it would if I didn't have anything on. But that is it, and we are going to finish off this look with my last favorite, and this is another all-time favorite, and this is the Fix Plus from MAC, and then I'm just going to spray my face. Okay, and we are going to zoom out, and I will give you my finishing thoughts. All right, so we are done, and this is the final look. And actually had a good time like going through my collection of things and seeing things. We can zoom in a little bit more than that. Seeing things that I have not used in a minute, but that I know that I really, really like. Some of them are staples that have like been a part of my collection since like the beginning. Like MAC products have always been something that's been in my collection, even before I started doing videos, so that's been a really long time. I did enjoy doing this video with Loc and with Dion, and like I said, I want you all to go and check out their channels, see what their favorites are. I want you to subscribe to them also. And with that being said, thank you all so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. If you are already subscribed, please make sure you hit that notification bell so you know when I have a new video coming out. Have a great day, and don't let your day be a waste of makeup. Bye.